Hey guys, thanks for being here. I'm Christina and I'm a reseller. Here on this channel, I do a lot of thrifting. I find new homes for old things that have been left behind, and most importantly, I do a lot of laughing. You can follow along in my journey on Instagram at little.black.hanger, and you can shop all my amazing finds on Poshmark at littleblackhanger without the vowels. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having a great Wednesday. So today we're going to be talking all about Depop. Ever since I started selling on Depop, you guys have been asking me to do a tutorial on how to sell on Depop. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to tell you what Depop is all about and hopefully give you guys some helpful advice on how to sell on there. So without further ado, let's get started. So first of all, what is Depop? Depop is a selling platform just like Poshmark, eBay, Mercari. It's the most similar to Mercari. The layout of Depop, like how you see it in the app, is very much like Instagram. The news feed looks like Instagram. You scroll through. If you like an item, all you have to do is double tap an item to like an item and save it like you would on Poshmark. What you would do on Depop is double tap it just like you would on Instagram. Also, the profiles, the shops are laid out just like Instagram as well. So somebody asked me a question about whether or not Depop was desktop friendly. And while you can log on to Depop on the desktop, it is not very user friendly on the desktop. You can't really do much. You can't list from the computer. You have to list from your phone. That's the one downside to Depop, is you have to basically just use the app on your phone. It's not very desktop friendly as of yet. They may change that in the future. Okay, so now let's talk about how Depop works. So we'll start with photos. So with Poshmark, you are allowed to have 8 photos, but with Depop, you're only allowed to have 4 photos, which I know if you are coming from Poshmark seems like so little, and you're like, oh my God, how am I going to show everything that I need to show in 4 photos? With things that I model, I obviously do the modeling photo first, and that shows the front of the garment and how it fits and what it looks like from a front point of view. Then I will take a picture of the back of the item, and then I'll take a picture of the tag, the size, and then for my 4th photo, I will take a picture of the fabric content so people know what that is, because I don't put that in my description. I only put it in the photos. Now, if something has a flaw on it, obviously you want to show that in a photo, and that's going to take up one of your photos. So in that case, I would ditch the size tag. That's just my personal opinion, but you can do whatever you want. So again, you get 4 photos, so make them count. They do have a feature where you can put a video. I don't see a lot of people using that, just scrolling through the app. To my knowledge, it's not really necessary. I don't know why they put that there. I would rather have one more photo. But that's just, it's another downside, but it's fine. What are you going to do about it? So a lot of people have concerns about having to model their items if they decide to sell on Depop. Modeling is not a requirement. I think the reason that people do is because it is a bit of a younger demographic, and the younger generation just tends to want to model items. They like to get a little more artistic, a little more creative with it. So I think that's why a lot of people on there model. Also, the fact that it is set up like Instagram and it has that Instagram feel, I think that's another reason why people get a little more creative with their photos. It's like, creating that aesthetically pleasing shop feed. If you're concerned about modeling, you don't have to. I model items of mine that I think just don't look good on a hanger. Some things are just not done justice by hanging on a hanger. So I like to model those items. But if it's just like a t-shirt, 9 times out of 10, I'm just going to put it on a hanger because it doesn't really need to be modeled. It's a t-shirt. We all know how t-shirts fit. You know what I mean? But if it's like a blouse, if it needs to be shown on a body, I will put it on my body and show it. But I just literally popped off one of my nails. All right, so let's move on to descriptions. Descriptions are very similar in layout to Poshmark, eBay, Mercari. They're all pretty much the same. You get a description box. They give you categories to choose from. It's just like any other platform, not super hard to figure out. Very straightforward there. Now shipping. Shipping is another concern that a lot of people have on Depop. My suggestion is, because it is set up like Mercari, where they have like certain weight categories and they have a flat rate for those particular labels, prices tend to be super high, especially if your item is on the low end of that weight category. So say the weight category is from 5 to 10 pounds. They are charging you as if your item weighs 10 pounds. They're not charging you, a mid-ground price. You know what I'm saying? You can get shipping labels for way cheaper. If you charge your customer less a lot of times if you do your own shipping. Why can't I say suggest? I would suggest doing your own shipping on Depop. That is what I personally chosen. I always go, I use USPS, and I will print a shipping label through PayPal. Or you can go through a company like Pirate Ship, but the customer already pays through PayPal, like you get the funds in PayPal. I have found that PayPal's shipping rates are just as good as Pirate Ship's shipping rates. So there's no reason to really go to an outside company unless you really want to. That leads me to how you get paid. So on Depop, you get paid instantly. It goes straight to your PayPal. And like I said, you can go from there. You can click print shipping label, print it. You get a tracking number. You go back to Depop. You type in the tracking number and the carrier so that your customer has a tracking number. So it's super easy to do your own shipping. It's nothing crazy. And also, I do love that about Depop, that you get your money instantly. Like, that's so good. Like, can Poshmark get on that wagon? It's my money and I need it now. And last but not least, the rating system. So what I really like about the rating system on Depop is that both the seller and buyer get rated. So it's very much like eBay. Somebody buys an item, they will rate me, I will rate them. It's actually very helpful, especially if somebody like messages you and asks if you'll take a super low offer. If you're like me, I always go and look at reviews, or on Poshmark, they don't have buyer reviews. But a lot of times people are super petty and they'll go comment on their Poshmark, their about me post. So I always do light stalking, and I also like to see what they rate buyers. I'm just, out here making sure that I'm not going to get a crazy person, So I do like that aspect of it where you can see ratings for them as a buyer. So it is very much like eBay in that aspect. So the last question I wanted to get to was what to list. A lot of you guys are concerned about what exactly you should be listing on Depop, because obviously you don't want to list things that aren't going to sell on that platform. You don't want to waste your time, and I don't want you to waste your time. So what I personally list and what I have seen listed on Depop is a lot of vintage. It's a lot of young and trendy streetwear. Like I said, it's a very young demographic. It's teens to, I would say, mid to late 20s. So it's not like Poshmark where it has the a little bit of sophistication element. The main demographic on Poshmark is anywhere from late 20s to, and on and beyond. It's a little bit more sophisticated. It's a little more grown up. Whereas Depop is a little more young. It's a little more trendy. It's a lot of vintage. Young people are into the vintage. The teenagers want to buy all the vintage. You know what I'm saying? It's very on trend. That is the style of things that I would list. If you're concerned about not being able to find what's trendy, what have you, just Google it. Google 2019 fall fashion trends. Type in streetwear fashion trends 2019 into Pinterest, and you will get a ton of inspiration. Go on Instagram. You can follow fashion bloggers and see what's up, or you can just type in streetwear 2019 and look at the hashtag on Instagram. There's tons of ways to find out what's trendy. Also, just scroll through the Depop app and see what other people are listing. That's a good way to figure out what to post on there. So I think that about wraps it up for the basics on how to use Depop. I hope this video helped you in some way. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down below. I will answer them to the best of my ability. If you like this video, please be sure and give it a thumbs up on your way out. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join our family. We would love to have you. I put new videos out every Wednesday and Friday, and I will see you guys on Friday. Bye, guys.